What's up, everyone? Chris here from MTR Network, and I'm back with another review. Like I said I'm going to do a little bit more of these when we're not doing solo reviews. So, want to cover some news that dropped, I guess it was last Thursday. And it was that Ava DuVernay is going to be getting another film. She's going to be doing the New Gods for Warner Brothers in the DCEU. Well, we'll talk about if it's in the DCEU or not. But yeah, I mean, it was a big shock. Well, it shouldn't be a big shock. I mean, DuVernay did say whenever she was asked recently, I guess I don't know when the interview was, but she was asked who her favorite like superhero was and said Big Barda. So you can kind of see how her doing the New Gods would fit in there. Like personally, I thought because of the relationship she had with Marvel and with Disney that she would stay in the Disney family, either do a Star Wars film or a Marvel film, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. But hey, her going to DC can also be a good thing as well. But I do have some thoughts on this. Like, I think there's some good and some bad here, and I want to cover the good first. First of all, there's just the idea of doing the New Gods here. I think it is some fresh out of the box thinking from DC that we really, for the most part, haven't really seen from them ever. I mean, doing the New Gods. I mean, this is bringing something that I think is a little bit different than what they've been doing with the Snyderverse, and it could be them, changing from this Snyderverse, this dark, gritty Snyderverse, because you're doing the New Gods. I mean, you can get dark and gritty with that, yeah, but this is a Jack Kirby like creation here, and when you see something like Thor Ragnarok that just came out, and it just how much of that Jack Kirby-ness, if you will, bled out onto the screen, I just don't see. And then they're bringing in Ava. I don't see them going a dark, gritty, Snyder-esque, the New Gods here. So I don't really know. Like I'm actually think that on one hand can be very, very exciting here. I'm not gonna get into like who the New Gods are and all that stuff. I think I'm just gonna sit there and talk to Deepam. We'll do a character corner on it when this film goes into production, if this film goes into production, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But again, it fits in what they're doing. They brought in Steppenwolf already before. We have Darkseid connection here, so it makes sense. And then just on a personal level, like, after seeing just the hate and the trolls that Ava had to deal with A Wrinkle in Time, I'm just happy that this is, look, I'll be honest. A Wrinkle in Time is probably not going to make a lot of money. It's going to flop. It's not going to make that money back. It is what it is. But I'll be honest here. Normally when a woman or a black director or a person of color has that kind of blemish, if you will, on their record, it's hard for them to get another shot. Even if they've done before. Like, people forget, Patty Jenkins directed Charlize Theron to an Academy Award, and she just got something else with Wonder Woman like the last year. So it's not unheard of that women and especially black women and people of color just do not get the shine they should when something happens. Whereas, to be honest, white men can fail upwards. So I actually think it's pretty good. I mean, she has a lot more good on her record than bad. So the fact that she's getting a second, I'm assuming, big budget film with the New Gods, I'll take it. Like that's incredible to me. I'm really happy for that. Another personal level with this, I'm just happy it's a big fuck you to all the we want the Snyder-Cut, SJWs are ruining Marvel fuckers, because hey, now you have an SJW in Ava DuVernay doing a DCEU film, so how the fuck are you guys gonna react now? You guys still do the I want the Snyder-Cut of the New Gods. What the fuck? Like, I think that the entire tone going forward, like, to this day, I will defend Man of Steel, because I was like, that's the first film going to something else. Once they got to BVS and Suicide Squad, stuff like that, they just kept going down this darker and darker hole. And that's not how this is supposed to be. Like, everything about what they created just doesn't make sense. So to me, bringing in a fresh pair of eyes, bringing in somebody who's gonna, Ava online when she kind of confirmed that she's in talks, or she's confirmed that she's doing this film, so then I had a big tweet that said like a thank you to like Jack Kirby. So I'm assuming she's gonna take some Jack Kirby inspiration from that and throwing some Jack Kirby into DC films, I think will be a shot in the arm for what DC needs at this point. So that's there. And then on the other SJW note with this, which is, by the way, fuck you for you using SJW as a pejorative. I just, like, the diversity in comics the comics gates fuckers, like, all you guys, go fuck yourselves. Like, this social justice warrior is supposed to be a bad term. They're social justice warriors, meaning they're fighting for social justice. That's what fucking comic books are, you assholes. Comic books have always been that way. What the fuck? Like, what messages have you guys been taking from the comics? It's so fucking weird because you assholes will sit there and like nerd check women, but it seems like you all don't understand what comic books came from anyway. So what the fuck? What were you doing? Reading for the pretty pictures? Fuck. So anyway, you know, the inclusion writers are the new buzzword in Hollywood right now, but Ava's been doing that forever. You know, Queen Sugar or Selma, you know, in front of and behind the camera, the diversity inclusion she includes in there. And to be perfectly honest, I think that's, again, another something that's going to be big for Warner Brothers in DC. If she can bring in the crew she wants, which I'm assuming if she agreed to do this, she's going to be allowed to do that. That means we're going to get, you know, diverse casting. We're going to get, you know, diverse people in front of and behind the camera. And there's one thing that Black Panther winning its 5th weekend in a row and crossing $1.2 billion has told us is diversity sells. It does. So I think that her bringing that to DC will be good for them. Not just good for them, but again, more good for just Hollywood in general. Like the Hollywood industry, I think that is something that they need and they'll benefit from. Everybody will benefit from this. You know, bringing in this and bringing in actors who would normally have been passed over for their roles. Bringing in crew and editors and people like that normally get overlooked for these jobs. I think that'll be a good thing for, again, like I said, for WB, for the DC films, and everything else going, just the entire industry going forward. So I think all of that, I totally understand why people got really excited hearing about this. And I think on its face value, out of context of what WB and DC has done, it's an amazing review, and I wish I could have gotten it. I could have gotten like as amped as everybody else was. Like seeing people fan casting and all this stuff, and just really, really excited about this. So here's why I'm not excited. And again, it has nothing to do with Ava. It has nothing to do with, you know, people being excited for this. It just has everything to do with the fact that Warner Brothers hasn't earned this. DC hasn't earned my trust that, I'll be honest, that the film will even be made. I got a list right here. I'm going to go through this list. This is all the films we know DC has at some point either announced, put it on a schedule, then taken off, or has floated out there as an idea with directors and things like that that we should know are coming out. And I want to look at the list of films that we have that they've talked about that we have no idea if they're coming out or not. So you have Green Lantern Corps, which has been just on again, off again for the longest time. I mean, they already fucked up with this anyway, because if you listen to Super Tuesday Recap or Character Corner podcast, you know that Deepal and I are very, very upset that they did not cast Christopher Pine as fucking Hal Jordan. I mean, it was a fucking layup, and they fucking blew that shit. Cyborg supposed to get in the film. He bringing up Lobo. Black Adam, poor Dwayne Johnson has been cast for Black Adam for like 4 or 5 years now, and we have no idea when the film's coming out. He's not even going to be in Shazam. Now, he might be in Suicide Squad 2. Who the fuck knows? Because, you know, DC's terrible with like PR. Suicide Squad 2, we have no idea what's going on with that. Gotham City Sirens, remember that? David Ayers wasn't coming back for Suicide Squad 2 because he was going to be in Gotham City Sirens. We have no idea what's going on with that. Batgirl, well, we just know. So they got Joss Whedon to do a Batgirl movie, but then he backed out like last month saying that he didn't have a story for it. So they announced a Batgirl movie with Joss Whedon, even though he didn't have a story for it. So we have no idea what's going on with that. Nightwing, remember Nightwing? They were going to do a Nightwing movie, which is also kind of whatever. So we're going to do a Nightwing movie. Fuck it, no, I'm going to say it now. We're going to do a Nightwing movie, but you just introduced Barry Allen, and Nightwing and Barry Allen, Dick Grayson and Barry Allen are fucking, like, I don't know what's going on with that. Like, well, not Dick Grayson. So you just introduced Barry Allen. Dick Grayson is best friends with Wally West, but Wally West doesn't exist because Barry Allen is basically Wally West in the DCEU right now. So what the fuck are we gonna do? So we're just gonna say fuck that relationship right there. Fuck that shit. But we don't know the film's happening. Remember Joker and Harley Quinn, the solo Joker film that they keep floating about with was it Todd Phillips and Martin Scorsese, and then with Joaquin Phoenix as Joker. They're totally talking about that. The solo film with that. Harley Quinn's will be getting a solo film. Because remember, they're trying to capitalize on Margot Robbie because they had Suicide Squad 2, the Joker and Harley Quinn, and then the Harley Quinn solo, so they were supposed to be there. The Deadshot solo, got that. There's Flashpoint, where they're still talking about doing the first solo Flash film as Flashpoint, the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life. They finally at least got 2 new directors for it. We'll see how long they last, though, because Flashpoint is no longer on the schedule, and they always get new directors only to have them back out later on. You know, remember they cast poor Kirstie Clemens, who God knows if they're gonna recast her or what the fuck's going on with that, because they cast her like 2-3 years ago as well, and so she's not in there as well. So, and I'm probably missing some shit that they've announced, but haven't come through right now. The only films that are on their schedule right now, I think, are Wonder Woman 2, obviously Aquaman this year, which we still haven't seen anything. Have you seen anything for Aquaman yet? No, it's weird, right? You haven't seen anything for Aquaman? Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? And then Shazam, that we know is actually shooting right now. Those are the only 3 films we absolutely know that they have coming out, and we have no idea why they're in that order, other than, fuck it, they're the first ones to get production done. So, fuck it. So, yeah, call me when this new guy starts production with Ava still attached to it. Because what happens with this is DC makes these announcements. Oh, yeah, we got such and such. Guess what, guys? We got Joss Whedon to do a Batgirl film. And then 6 months later, oh, well, he didn't really have a story, so we're not going to have that film right now. And it just quietly goes away. Nightwing quietly goes away. Flashpoint gets quietly taken off the schedule. You know, I'm just saying, they go through directors and films. And it's look, every film goes through having director problems. Hell, we know Lucasfilms has done this going through directors, but they have a plan. They stick to a plan, and when a director doesn't fit that plan, they get rid of the director. The movie's still there, though. The movie still happens. The movie's still on the schedule. Same thing with everybody else. DC, though, no, you don't know. Look, I'm still a little salty that Rick Famuyiga is no longer doing Flash. They brought this man out, I think, in 2015 on stage at San Diego Comic-Con, and then created differences a few months later, and he's gone from director. And then they went through like 2 or 3 other directors. Now they got 2 more. And we'll see. We'll see how long they last. You know, they're still calling it Flashpoint. It's still a stupid idea, but whatever. So that's my first problem. It's like, I don't know if she'll even stick around, which goes to a larger problem of Warner Brothers and DC don't have a plan. Well, maybe they do now. I think they did some reshuffling. Walter Hamida, I think, is his name. He's the new president of DC Films. Maybe he's the new Kevin Feige. Maybe he has a plan. But here's the difference between right now what I see with Kevin Feige and Kathleen Kennedy, and then whatever going over in DC is, they're in front of the camera. They talk. They do interviews. They let you know what's going on. Nobody at Warner Brothers has let us know what is going on. Is the new guys going to be in the DCEU, or is it not going to be in the DCEU? I've actually seen reporting on both. Personally, I think DC would do really, really well if they just say fuck it and start doing films that are not connected to their DCEU, and just do them. Just do the new guys film that's just a little short film that has no connection to a cinematic universe. Just do that. One of the films I left off, The Batman. Matt Reeves' Batman film. What happened? What's going on with that? You know, you keep having rumors between Ben Affleck's not going to be on a Batman. He's going to be on a Batman. He's leaving. He's not leaving. And you know what? WB never came out and just flat out said one way or the other, leaving things in a state of flux so that fans have no fucking idea where things are standing and what's going on. This is a problem. You need to get out in front of the camera and say what your plan is. Even if it's like, okay, we're going to start doing, we're going to change the tone of the DCEU. We're going to stick everything there. This is the idea. Hey, maybe Flashpoint's going to change the way things work and stuff like that. Something. Let us know you have a plan. Because here's the thing. On its own, the New God sounds great. When you stick it into what the DCEU is currently, it seems like more of a mess. It seems like more of a mess. It just I don't know what it is. And Warner Brothers and DC have ruined the Justice League brand so much. I swear to God, I saw a CBR article today that said the New Gods makes a Justice League 2 film irrelevant. This is how much Justice League has hurt the brand, and DC has hurt the brand of the Justice League. They now have people really treating the Justice League like they're backup players. Like, this is a fucking Justice League. No, the New Gods doesn't make Justice League 2 irrelevant. They're fucking Justice League. What's made Justice League irrelevant is DC not having a plan. Warner Bros. Not having a plan. Now again, maybe this announcement and what they're trying to do now is them trying to get back on track. And I can see how you can use the New Gods and then pivot that into a larger world. And I think that going with the New Gods can turn this kind of into like their Guardians of the Galaxy. But like, we're going to have our MCU Character Corner coming out this week. And I'm going to be honest here. Guardians of the Galaxy was a heat check for the MCU. I mean, they've already been set. They then went into experimenting with things like Guardians of the Galaxy. The DCEU has been a fucking mess. So to go from that and then go into this super new tone, stuff like that, like, I get a lot of shit for being excited about Marvel stuff and not being excited about DC stuff. And it's revisionist history. I was super amped about Man of Steel. I defended Man of Steel for like 2 years. And what I got in return was BVS, which was crap. And I still, even when BVS came out, people will tell you that I was still trying to make excuses for it and still trying to convince myself that it wasn't as bad as it was. And I've been trying. I want these films to be good. They haven't been. They just haven't been. And so the problem has been, one, the quality and the decisions they made that just seemed haphazard and that they haven't put any thought to. And I really don't want a director that I really, really like, in Ava DuVernay, to be put in a situation where her film can't succeed because the universe they're putting her film in is already falling apart. So I just want somebody to come out and reassure me. I want somebody to come out and let me know that, you know, they have a plan and this is the plan and this is... look, I don't even need the schedule at this point. I don't even need the schedule of these films. I don't need that. What I need is an assurance that you have a plan, you know what you're doing. Obviously, with Justice League, they were trying to change the tone of the DCEU and how it was portrayed, and that's great. I think that it was a mess in the way they did it because you can't do extensive reshoots 6 weeks out from the film coming out. You can't fucking do that shit. But their hearts were at least in the right place when realizing that Snyder's vision was only going to lead to more heartache. So they had to try to change things, and I can see glimpses of them trying to do that. I just hope that it's not like it can never be too late. Because again, at the end of the day, these are still the Justice League. This is still DC. These are still great characters. Like I said, doing the New Gods can be a way of freshening things up. I can't get excited because history. Every time I get excited, every time I try, it's crap. So, you know, I'm really hoping that they give this the shot. You know, maybe they really did learn lessons from Wonder Woman. You know, Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins, and they realized that, hey, we can lean on women directors to, you know, lead us the way and do what we want to do. So maybe that happens. Maybe that's what this is, and we'll see. But I'll be honest, man. This is one of those films until it's actually in production and I know they're actually filming it. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna pretend like it doesn't actually happen. I just can't, to protect myself, because I mean, like I said, go through the list of films they've listed out, and you have no updates on what's happening with them. You know, and it's not even like it's Marvel where it's like, okay, you have phases, and we are doing this, and this is what we're focused on right now, and like they have no long term plan. Like, this is not me trying to shit on Warner Brothers and DC. It's just a fucking fact. They have no long term plan. They have no fucking idea what they're doing. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, man, this is just. I wish it wasn't this way. I wish I could be more excited. Like, I saw the announcement. I saw other people getting their fucking lives, and I thought it was great. I was just like, yeah, but what's that feeling gonna be like if you're told that she, you know, leaves due to, you know, creative differences? What happens then? So I don't know. Anyway, folks. So I do want to make some announcements about some changes on this channel. We're creating a bunch of other channels. You might have seen them. So, because we're a podcast, MTR Network is a podcast, and I'm now getting into doing videos. I wanted to take some of the podcast episodes we're doing and put them onto their own channel. So we're kind of splitting up the Super Tuesday recap podcast. And what I'm doing is there's a Super Tuesday recap podcast. There's a Super Tuesday recap channel now on YouTube. Where I'll put the link either in a card or in the link below, so you guys can find that. Subscribe there, and that'll be where you can find all of our Arrowverse podcasts. So any Arrowverse show that we're reviewing, we're gonna put it over there. So that's Flash, Supergirl, Black Lightning, and Arrow. All those shows go over onto Legend of Tomorrow. All of them are gonna be put over from now on onto the Super Tuesday recap channel. Also, what we're going to do, because I also want to get my team, because not just me, I got a whole team of people. We're going to my team changes to upload videos. I know Shannon's been doing some unboxing videos. So also on that channel, that's where we're going to do our unboxing videos for like Funkos and things like that. So I'm going to do one. I'm hoping to get one of those Infinity Gauntlets, the little Marvel Legend Infinity Gauntlets. They're like $100. I really want to get one of those. So I'm hoping to get one of those. I'll do an unboxing for that. Shannon just has a video up over there now with her unboxing of the Kevin Smith Funko Pop. And I know she's shooting a couple other ones now too as well. So head over to the Super Tuesday Recap channel. Subscribe there if you want to hear our podcast on all the Arrowverse shows and see our unboxing videos for some of the toys. I know I actually have also the claw. I don't have it down here with me right now in the office. I'm trying to move, so I'm packing things up as well. So I do have the Shuri and Claw Marvel Legends characters. Some in the box, I haven't unboxed those yet. And hold on, I also got one of these, the Target little the Target Funkos. The I think, can you see it? Yeah, there you go. The this is the Black Panther 66 version. Pretty cool. So maybe I have two of those. So maybe I'll unbox one of those. I have my Pickle Ricks with a laser. Maybe I'll unbox one of those as well too. So we'll throw those all on the channel over there. Also, the Unanimous Decision has his own channel as well. So if you want to hear DPOM, sports talk, and everything like that, subscribe to that channel as well. Like I said, we're going to start making other channels for all the other videos just because we were having so much stuff on here. And now I'm also doing these solo videos as well. It was just getting me too much. It was over. They were crowding each other. So this way I can put them on their own channels, subscribe to those, see those, and you can pick and choose what you want to do and what you want to see. So again, folks, thank you guys very much for watching. And I'll be back Wednesday because tomorrow I see Pacific Rim Uprising, and the embargo I think is up on 12 p.m. No, the embargo is up 12 a.m. on Wednesday, which means my review will be up here hopefully at 12 a.m. on Wednesday. So I think it's 12 a.m. I got to double check and see when they said the embargo's up. So just follow, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.